Alright, going into this match we have Jebus versus Muck, Dededee versus WiiFit Trainer. I don't really know how this matchup works, I just know there's a lot of projectiles involved.
I'm trying to kill people.
Yeah, the only time I'm gonna go back to the if I just like travel around and go to like these famous restaurants, like Nathan's or something, like the actual things, you know, their hot dogs, I'd like to try their hot dogs.
Here we are.
My favorite like
Nah, you did that on purpose.
Is Andre commentating?
Yeah, you can
You want me to join you?
If you want to.
You can grab that chair.
Sure.
Yo, scoot a little bit. All right, we're watching my boy Muck. Pretty even game so far. What all have we covered? You talk about the matchup at all, or what?
I haven't really said much. I'm still trying to get into like the commentating mood.
I'm sorry?
But I haven't really said much. I'm still trying to get into like the commentating mojo.
Yeah, we're done with it. Okay, I'll do it.
It's not too bad. Just like if you confidently say stuff, doesn't matter if it's right or not. You just you just go with it. But I feel like this match often goes almost to time. They both like to throw their projectiles.
Yeah, but WiiFit has better shield pressure, so WiiFit can kind of get in and get out if Muck plays it well enough and uses good spacing.
What do you think's WiiFit's like best shield pressure move?
Definitely Nair on landing.
Yeah.
If she can Nair into any one of her tilt moves, and
it's safe on shield.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Nair is really plus on block, especially off stage. I think. WiiFit usually has a really good offstage game, but considering Dededee has an invincible up B, it might give him a bit of trouble edge guarding.
One of Nick's favorite things to do is run off down air, and that just doesn't work on Dededee.
Yeah, because that up air is also distorted, so it just beats out his down air completely.
It's a very small window to ever get a down air on.
Yeah, it looks like Jebus is getting most of his percentage from just
straight hits.
Yeah, straight hits.
Dededee not having a lot of the combos, just having to get some Gordos, get some straight hits. Jebus is excellent at doing baits. That's how he got that kill. He baited the forward smash, just lots and lots of double jumping in place.
Yeah, I don't know why. A lot of people think Dededee is like just kind of hard to play against. I can kind of see it, but I still don't understand like what makes the matchup so like difficult to newer players.
I feel like people aren't willing to stand there and do nothing as much as Dededee requires you to. But yeah, we got an even game. I'm glad to see Nick bringing it back.
Right.
Once Dededee gets the lead, it can get really frustrating, and it makes you start to approach more, and I think that's where it can get out of hand.
Yeah, but WiiFit Trainer doesn't have bad approaches. Like I said, all of her approaches are pretty good on shield. It just depends on how WiiFit utilizes her spacing, especially since Dededee doesn't really have much out of shield options aside from Nair.
Yeah,
but
Nair's
the fact
like
that
frame 5, right?
Yeah, the fact that Dededee's hitboxes are so huge, it kind of makes spacing a bit negligible in like a lot of matchups like this. Because it doesn't matter what you space, Dededee can throw out a side tilt, and big bodies usually have like decently long grab ranges as well. So I think when it comes to big body matchups, it's probably a lot more beneficial to cross them up.
Yeah, I mean, mostly out of shield, we're seeing him just drop shield to a tilt or either roll, spot dodge, something like that. He's not really going for these like out of shield pressure damage options like Nair or anything like that.
If you're out of shield versus Dededee, if you're behind him, all he has is Nair. But everything else, I feel like he'd probably try his best bet will be trying to get away from you. But it looks like Muck has Jebus at 168%. He's playing this pretty well.
One sun salutation probably going to close it out here.
At the same time, though, Dededee is a chunky boy, so this isn't impossible for him because at this point, all Dededee is a straight smash attack.
Yeah, because time and time again, we've seen Jebus clutch these out with the Randy F smashes, getting the reads from the ledges. But
yeah, considering that's all Dededee is, it's just like straight hits. I think this isn't like this shouldn't be too difficult for him to come back if he just like nuts up. Just like, ooh, that could have been it right there.
And that'll be it.
Forward tilt is
the deep breathing,
strong.
like you were saying, the aerials are pretty safe on shield. I think the deep breathing is what makes it more safe on shield. And like, Dededee just doesn't have a lot of options to get out of pressure.
Right.
So if Nick can figure out what he can do to Dededee, it's just, you look at Jebus' play, he's not on the ground shielding much. He's in the air, jumping around.
He really doesn't care when he plays. He just throws out stuff. So.
Yeah, when he's on the ground, he's charging a smash attack. But mostly we see him jumping around, trying to swing. So he doesn't really get to abuse that that bad shield.
Yeah, and considering a lot of the landing lag has been like buffed in this game, it's a lot safer to stay in the air. If you're not like sure how to approach neutral, you can just kind of like
Jump around.
Just kind of get a feel
really
for your
quick
opponent.
jump squat, and grabs seem to just not grab, even when you're right in someone's face if they do a full hop.
And that's why a lot of the top tiers I feel like are dominant in this game because of their landing options.
Yeah, there we saw that nair, the landing cross-up nair on shield, and he was able to up-tilt before any sort of option.
Yeah.
And we saw that without deep breathing. So with deep breathing, that's going to be even stronger.
Characters with faster frame data can play a more reactive game, while if you have those slower moves, you have to play like more read-based. So,
reading and just the setup game, you got Gordo, and you got good disjoints.
Ooh, that was a good pivot grab coming from Jebus. Let's see if he can pressure this ledge. He already has Muck off stage. Oh, he got him with the forward air. Looks like he has nothing to do but up B at this point, and this should be an easy edge guard if Jebus plays it right. Go for the back air, but he misplaces
He went for the low recovery, and he ended up having to snap the ledge. So
and that's gonna be
the snipe with the side B.
Yeah, if he was in deep breathing, that forward tilt would have actually killed him as well, I'm pretty sure. Oh, he goes for the hard reach down there. It looks like Muck is using those soccer balls to cover a lot of ground.
That tech, it's called an instant header from ledge. I think you do ledge jump into header, and it combos into lots of stuff. It's pretty safe on shield as well.
And it helps you get back from ledge too, in case your opponent's getting a bit greedy with the hitboxes.
Yeah, it has a pretty strong spiking hitbox.
Right. But
now, we see him living even at 130. I feel like that sniping off stage was so important because sometimes it's really hard to get those kills on Dededee when he's willing to just jump and he's a tank, you know.
Yeah, but Jebus did a really good job of sealing out that stock. I feel like that's mostly where a lot of his damage is coming from in this match. Is him getting Muck off stage and actually getting him with those forward airs. Because once Muck exhausts all of his resources, all he has is that really, really exploitable recovery. And Dededee with multiple jumps can just kind of stuff that out. But on stage, Muck has this because obviously WiiFit's favorable frame data, but the fact that Dededee can't do much out of shield, and the fact that WiiFit pressures shield so much, and we can kind of see Muck really abusing that in this matchup.
Yeah, and also when you're playing from behind as a zoner character and you feel the need to approach and you feel the need to, you have to make a play, we see these dash attacks. That's the second dash attack I've seen in the last minute.
Right.
And super unsafe, probably not even going to kill at this percent.
Right.
But it's just that pressure to need to get something done when you're at this percent.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what makes you lose as a zoner.
And you can just kind of lose your edge so much when it comes to fighting big bodies because they just don't die. And that's just, that wears on your mental game as well, and that being a huge aspect of how to play Smash in general. But Muck deciding to seal it out with the up air. As long as Muck doesn't get off stage, I feel like this would be extremely hard for Jebus to come back from.
Yeah. Oh!
And
he clutched it out.
Right.
Honestly, Nick should know better, but it's hard not to throw it when you got a nice fully charged one.
That's his own fault for that. Jebus knew the right move to go for in that situation. He evens the game back out, and suddenly this is a lot more scarier for Muck because he doesn't have such a huge
you lose that
percentile.
momentum.
Yeah.
For the whole game, Muck was just running away with it. We saw him, up 80, 100% and getting the kills. But now
that's
all
a back
the
air
momentum's
that
just
is
gone.
almost 20 damage. I'm pretty sure, and he's off stage again. All Jesus happens to do, if he went for a down air, that would have been done.
Nick knew better not to try to challenge him at ledge. Jebus does love to do the beefy up B.
Yeah, considering Jebus is like hovering under the stage before he recovers, I don't think it'd be too much of a gamble to see Muck go for like an offstage down there, maybe just for a mix-up. He almost goes for
going for the hype.
Yeah, it looks like this game is in Jebus' favor now.
Oh
my
he
God,
got
he gets
hard
the
read.
And that's gonna be game 2, going to Jebus. It's pretty nice.
It's really hard to swallow that, but hopefully Nick can keep his composure, get back to his game plan. If you can just get Dededee out of the lead and make it to where he feels like he needs to approach, everything in WiiFit's kit is going to just outbox Dededee.
At the same time, though, I feel like being on ledge in this game is I don't know. I feel like neutral get up is honestly the worst option to ever go for in any situation, because you only go for neutral get up if you feel like it's safe for you to just get on the stage without getting punished. But it's so predictable in this game because a lot of characters have those good hitboxes and some characters have lingering hitboxes. It just gets caught every single time. I think ledge attack is actually probably one of the better get-up options in this game.
Yeah, ledge attack being kind of famously buffed in this game to be fully invincible. It used to be one of the worst options in the last
the fact
game.
that it's fully invincible, that means you can completely stop some characters' ledge traps just right there if you just go for the get-up attack. They don't read it.
Yeah. Now, that last game, we saw a setup that you could not beat with get-up attack. Because that hammer, I think it's called Jet Hammer, that does have super armor.
Yeah. But in this matchup, I think it's better for Muck to just be on top of Jebus. Jebus really he's seeing things shine a lot more when he's in like the mid to close range. Because WiiFit still has to get in on this character.
And that was some good damage. That was probably 30 or 40 damage just from a few hits with that deep breathing. And just ran out.
Looks like they both have the tools to reflect each other's projectiles too. So when it comes to the projectile game, it's just a matter of who's throwing the right button at the right time.
The rock paper scissors game.
And I didn't see what move that was.
That was a forward air.
Forward air.
It's surprisingly small, but it's got some decent knockback, especially with deep breathing.
Right.
Now,
it looks like
I'm glad to see the adaptation from Nick in Game 3. We haven't seen him do any just raw sun salutations.
Right, but he did have the lead in Game 2 as well, but he did that kind of ooga booga play with the sun salutation and kind of like that cost him the game. But don't count Jebus out because he's been
clutch, he
it
has
seems like
the
he's always
reads.
down, but he steals out these stocks pretty well, especially with junk being such a good option in Smash Ultimate. If you read someone's jump, then it puts them in a really bad state. Not so much in Smash 4. Well, actually, I would say more so in this game than Smash 4 because you only get that one air dodge.
Yeah, Smash 4's shield was just a lot better in general.
And
there's the ledge traps
Muck
we're seeing.
Constantly rolling on stage. I feel like Jebus is going to get a read of that eventually. Oh, he gets
half a
Gordos.
shield
Looks like most of the time he's getting hit by Gordos. Jebus is just catching him, pressing buttons. He's just jumping in. He's approaching with Gordos, which is really interesting. Like in a situation like that, I feel like if he could have Gordoed, that would have been like what I was talking about. And the Gordo is also setting up decent ledge pressure when you're when Muck is trying to recover.
We're seeing all those rolls from ledge. WiiFit's got one of the better rolls in the game. It goes really far,
and
so it can catch
Muck,
people off guard.
He's jumping a lot in this matchup. I feel like it's really no point in jumping. If you're that far away, why are you jumping? Because like Dededee can't hit you with anything. You're just jumping into free Gordos, and Muck at 114. I think a forward tilt probably will seal this on ledge. Let's see if he tries to go for it. This is going to be the regrab. And Jebus trying to figure out how to get back on stage. He's getting caught by that soccer ball.
That was a really smart option. A lot of times it's hard to punish the regrab because you're afraid of him going high and hitting you. So throwing a soccer ball like that was really intelligent.
Muck opting to stay back and let Jebus get on stage for free when that's what he was getting most of his pressure and damage. If he had just stayed on that ledge and pressured him, he probably could have sealed out the stock. But now he's in a situation where he's on FD against Dededee, and he has to try to make this comeback against a Dededee with rage, and he's at 140%.
There we saw. He got the roll.
The side tilt.
Oh, gotta play my game. If anybody wants to jump in, feel free. Come on, Clint.
Yeah, it looks like Muck is constantly rolling on stage. It's probably could cost him the game if he does it again and Jebus reads it. This is going to be it. But he doesn't roll that time, but he gets sucked up and he gets off stage yet again. Jebus, all he has to do is keep him off stage and he has his game. But it looks like Muck is opting to stay away, kind of trying to pick his fights more. I guess he kind of doesn't really feel as confident, and he gets spiked. That's nasty. Oh, he lives because of the Gordo. That's if he had died from that, that would have been pretty fucking insane. But this is definitely not impossible for Muck. But it just takes one straight hit, and now that he's off stage, this could be. Oh my God, what? He's still all these random hitboxes and projectiles. Praise be to WiiFit. Just one more hit though, and he's done. Let's see if he can come back from this. WiiFit in a 200% club is almost like you never see this happen. You'd expect this from Dededee, but this game could be over in a blink of an eye. But Muck has already brought this. Almost back. He's at. Oh, that's going to be it. The back throw is going to set up, and Jebus takes a set. Good stuff to both players.
Still going. Sorry.